Here's my thing. There are way too many, and again, I when I hear the guy talk about politics and world events and stuff like that, I agree with probably 60 to 65% of what comes out of his mouth. But the problem is he's not saying anything unique. Okay? He's not saying anything that's, oh my God, that's revolutionary. He's repackaging what a lot of other people like Jordan Peterson have already said. Unfortunately, he's just been the most effective messenger, so he's reached the most impressionable young men. That's an issue, and that's the left really created this vacuum when they canceled people like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson. They turned to Andrew Tate. That's what created this monster. It is. And I'm not saying that's why he's trafficking, that's what led to him trafficking, but that's what led to him being such an influence on so many young men. And probably what's going to lead to a bunch of the hate comments we're going to get on this segment, because people are just, even with all of that evidence thrown in their face, are going to defend him. I know how this works. I know I'm going to get nasty comments for this. I know I'm going to lose listeners for this. But because, I mean, listen, man, we defended Tate when the allegations seemed like bullshit. But the more of these old clips that come out and the more stuff we learn about him, I'm not defending him anymore. If they come out and it turns out the whole case was bullshit, yeah, I'll come back on here and say I was wrong. I'm not defending this guy anymore. I'm not tying my horse to this wagon, and I would strongly advise everyone else in conservative media to follow suit. This is not the guy. Guys, if we want to be the party and the movement of family values and morality, maybe it's not best that we have an internet pornographer at best, who was also a scam artist, and at worst a full-blown human trafficking pimp, be our lead spokesman. Can't we agree on that? Can't we agree that maybe the flag bearer for the conservative pro-family movement, because we love to criticize the left for degeneracy, and rightfully so, with a lot of the stuff going on in schools, and a lot of the trafficking that they've turned a blind eye to, maybe we can agree that the guy who comes out and uses literal pimp terminology and talks openly about how he's ripped men off for money, and talks about how he recruits these women in the same exact way that a typical human trafficker would. And maybe we can agree that guy's not the best flag bearer. Maybe we can agree, if we want to promote, focus on the family values type stuff, maybe we can agree that the guy who talks about, how it's natural for men to cheat on their wives isn't the best spokesman. He's literally said that. He said a man could be willing to die for you, take a bullet for you, and it's still natural for him to cheat. That's retarded. That's stupid. And the problem is a lot of impressionable young men hear this, and we're not going to see the effect of it just yet. But we will 5-10 years down the line. When they go out and they have a couple too many, and they're out at the bar with their boys, and they go home with some skank while their wife's at home. And they're like, well, Andrew Tate said that I can still love my wife with all my heart and cheat on her because I just need to blow off some steam. Well, Andrew Tate said it, so I mean, why not? The left has systematically removed fathers from the home, right? That's what the regime and the government and the left have done. They've systematically removed fathers from the home, so they've turned to Andrew Tate. My biggest disappointment with so many young men turning to Andrew Tate, it isn't even Andrew Tate or the stuff he's preaching. It's the fact that we have so many impressionable young men who have been deprived of a father figure, mainly systematically by the federal government and local governments and the Marxist movement, that they would look for someone like Andrew Tate to turn to in the first place. That's the biggest problem with the whole Tate thing. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.